Have you ever heard the statement that something is a crutch? Like, that's just a crutch. Well, when I was coming up as a kid, teenager, early 20s, you would hear debates all the time. And someone would almost always say, that or this is a crutch. I guess meaning that you have to lean on it because of your weakness. Your argument or your premise or your belief system or whatever the case may be is so weak, uh, it's ineffective that you need something to hold on to make you complete and whole. This is the Warrior Podcast, episode 179, and let's talk about is Christianity a crutch? Well, just like anything, words are loaded, so it really depends on what you're defining as Christianity and crutch. But if the premise is that I am inadequate in and of myself and I need something to assist me, I would say that it goes far beyond being a crutch. See, the gospel is very clear that we are insufficient, that we are lacking. We're so lacking, we're dead on the scale of things. And Christ came and he redeems us with his sacrifice in this exchange, this weird, otherworldly, supernatural, paradoxical exchange of goods that we are made right and he is made wrong in a moment and punished. So there's this exchange. So, yes, you are inadequate, and Christ feels that inadequacy. Matter of fact, it's not like he assists us, he does everything. So if you ask me, is Christianity a crutch? I'd say that you're not going far enough. It's, the shockers that bring you to life and then put you on life support and maintain you with tubes and stuff in your head, keeping you alive. If we're using medical analogies, I would say that Christianity is that. True Christianity. See, I think it all comes down to the gospel, which is the good news of what God has done for you and for me in his son, Jesus. And he's done everything. That's grace. There's nothing that we can do. We just receive it by faith. We just receive this free gift that he's given us. And God does all the work. He is the chief worker, the initiator, the sustainer, the maintainer of all that he gives us. And so if that's a crutch, I think, like I said, you're not going far enough in saying that something's a crutch. It's literally the jaws of life when you're in a car accident. It's the AED that brings you back and shocks your heart back into a rhythm. It's the life support system that brings you back. It's the chest compressions, whatever. So I think that's good enough for the analogy. So I think that whole premise, when that's supposed to offend somebody, I think those that use it to say, to try to offend us or to offend somebody and say that's a crutch, they don't really understand that's not an offense. Not truly. Not if you're in God's word and you understand the truth of the gospel. It's not an offense. It's actually the truth. It doesn't even go far enough, to be honest. The analogy doesn't. And I think that's the point, is that we as believers need to stop pretending like we have everything together when in reality we don't have everything together. The whole point is that that's why we have Jesus, because we don't have everything together. If we had everything together, we wouldn't need Jesus, and therefore would be delusional. All right, guys, as always, you are a warrior designed for God's glory. Walk as such. If you like the content, like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll continue to put it out. God be with you and stay in the fight. Peace.